I am very happy that you are here with me today. In this podcast, we learn English together in a simple and friendly way. And at the same time, we learn ideas that can help us in real life. So, while you are listening to me, you are not only practicing your English listening, but also learning something that can improve your daily life. Let me start with a question. Have you ever felt lonely? Maybe you were in your room and no one was there. Or maybe you were in a classroom, or even at a party, but you still felt alone inside. I think many of us know that feeling. I know I have felt it too. Sometimes, even when people are around us, we can feel a little bit empty or separate. This is what we call loneliness. And today we will talk about how we can get more benefits from loneliness. Now, I know loneliness can sound negative. When we hear this word, we often think of sadness, silence, or emptiness. But I want you to imagine something different. What if loneliness could also be a gift? What if being alone, or feeling alone, could give you something positive? Something that helps you grow, learn, and even become stronger? That is what this episode is about. In this episode, I will show you how loneliness is not always an enemy. Instead, it can become a teacher. We will explore together how lonely moments can give us more time to understand ourselves, to rest, to focus, to create, and to grow. I will share examples, small actions, and simple habits you can try when you are alone. So, at the end of this episode, you will feel two things. You will feel more confident in English, and you will feel more positive about loneliness. Before we continue, I want to invite you to repeat one short sentence with me. This is a small practice, and it is also a way to open your mind to today's topic. Are you ready? Let's say it slowly together. Loneliness can teach me something useful. Let's repeat it one more time, a little louder. Loneliness can teach me something useful. Very good. So now, let's begin our journey into today's topic. We will look at what loneliness really means, and then step by step, we will discover how to take benefits from it, and how to use it in a smart and healthy way. Stay with me, and let's learn together. What is loneliness? Now that we are warmed up, let us take some time to really understand the word loneliness. Sometimes we use this word very quickly, but we do not always stop to think about what it really means. Loneliness is not only about being by yourself. It is more about a feeling on the inside. A very simple way to say it is this. Loneliness is when we feel alone on the inside. You can be in a room full of people and still feel lonely. Or you can sit quietly in your home and feel peaceful, without any loneliness at all. So, loneliness is not only about how many people are near you. It is about how connected or disconnected you feel inside. Let me give you an example. Imagine a student sitting at a desk in a busy classroom. There are many classmates around and there is a lot of noise. But this student does not talk to anyone, and nobody talks to them. On the outside, the room is full. But on the inside, the student feels empty, separate, and unseen. That is loneliness. Now imagine another person sitting at home on a Sunday afternoon. They are alone in the room. Maybe they are reading a book, listening to music, or drinking a cup of tea. They feel calm and happy, even though no one is there. In this moment, they are alone, but not lonely. Can you see the difference? Being alone is a situation. Feeling lonely is an emotion. It is very important to understand this difference because sometimes people are afraid of being alone. They think, if I am alone, I will feel lonely. But that is not always true. Being alone can be a chance for peace and growth, and loneliness is simply a signal, a feeling that asks us to pay attention. The two things are connected, but they are not always the same. If we know this difference, we can look at our own experience more clearly. We can ask, right now, am I just alone? Or do I really feel lonely? This small question helps us to respond in a better way. Another important thing to remember is this: everyone feels loneliness sometimes. It does not matter if you are young or old, rich or poor, busy or free. Loneliness is a part of human life. Some people feel it more often, some people less, but nobody can say, I never feel lonely. So if you feel lonely, you are not strange, you are not broken, and you are not weak. It simply means you are human. Sometimes, when people feel lonely, they also feel shame. They think, maybe something is wrong with me because I don't have friends or I don't feel connected. But I want you to hear this clearly. Loneliness is not a weakness. It is a normal human feeling. Just like hunger tells us we need food, loneliness tells us we need connection or care. It is a message from our inner self. And when we hear that message, we can decide what to do next. We can take a small action that is kind to ourselves. Think of it this way. When you feel thirsty, you drink water. When you feel tired, you rest. And when you feel lonely, you can do something small and kind. That action might be calling a friend, writing in a journal, going for a short walk, or listening to a podcast like this one. The important thing is that you respond gently. You do not fight the feeling. You simply give yourself care. I want to give you a small practice cue that you can use whenever loneliness comes. You can say this sentence to yourself slowly, like a promise. When I feel lonely, I can take a small, kind action. Let's say it together now. Ready? When I feel lonely, I can take a small, kind action. Very good. One more time, but with a softer, kinder voice. When I feel lonely, I can take a small, kind action. Keep this sentence in your memory, because it can remind you that loneliness does not control you. You can always choose one kind thing to do. So now we understand that loneliness is not simply about being alone. It is a feeling inside us. It is something normal, and it is not a weakness. In fact, when we notice it and respond with care, it can become the first step toward growth. In the next part of this podcast, we will look at how to change our mindset about loneliness and how to see it not as a problem, but as an opportunity. Mindset shift from pain to opportunity. We have now talked about what loneliness is, and we understand that it is not the same as being alone. Now let us go a little deeper and talk about how we can change the way we see loneliness. Many times, when people feel lonely, they think it is something bad or dangerous. They try to push it away or hide from it. But here is a different idea. Feelings are not our enemies. Feelings are signals. They are like small lights on a car dashboard. When the light turns on, it does not mean the car is broken. It simply means the car is sending a message. Please check me. In the same way, when you feel loneliness, your mind and your heart are saying, please pay attention. I need some care. I need some connection. So instead of fighting against loneliness, we can look at it as a signal. This small change is very powerful. When you say to yourself, loneliness is a signal, not an enemy, you already feel lighter. The feeling is no longer a monster you must escape from. It becomes a message that you can listen to and respond to. Think about hunger again. Hunger is not a bad thing. Hunger is simply a message. You need food. In the same way, loneliness is a message. You need care or connection. When you understand this, you stop being afraid of loneliness. You start using it as a guide. Now, let us try to reframe loneliness in a simple way. Reframe means to look at something from a new angle. Instead of saying, loneliness is a problem, you can say, loneliness is a teacher. Instead of saying, loneliness makes me weak, you can say, loneliness gives me a chance to grow. This new way of thinking is what we call a mindset shift. You move from the idea of pain to the idea of opportunity. Every time loneliness comes, you can ask, what is this moment teaching me? How can I use it? This does not mean that loneliness will always feel comfortable. Just like hunger or tiredness, it can feel heavy. But if you see it as an opportunity, you will be able to respond in a smarter way. For example, maybe loneliness is telling you that you need to call a friend. Maybe it is telling you that you need to spend some time resting. Maybe it is telling you that you should sit and think about your goals. In each of these cases, the feeling is not only pain, it is also information. Let me share a simple affirmation with you. An affirmation is a short positive sentence you can say to yourself to guide your mind. The affirmation is, I can use this time to grow. This sentence is simple, but it is strong. When you feel lonely, you can say it quietly to yourself. I can use this time to grow. By saying it, you remind yourself that this moment can be useful. You are not wasting time. You are not lost. You are growing. Let us practice it now. Repeat after me slowly. I can use this time to grow. Very good. One more time with more belief. I can use this time to grow. And I want to give you one more sentence you can practice with me. This one connects directly to your learning. It is, I turn lonely time into learning time. Say it once with me. I turn lonely time into learning time. Beautiful. Say it again with a little smile. I turn lonely time into learning time. Do you notice how the words feel lighter? This is the power of a new mindset. When you change the way you speak about loneliness, you change the way you feel about it. So remember this, loneliness is not an enemy. It is a signal. It is not just pain. It is an opportunity. Each time you feel it, you can pause and listen to the message. Then you can decide on a small, kind action that helps you grow. This mindset shift will make the rest of our journey easier because now we can begin to see the benefits that come from lonely moments. In the next part of this podcast, we will talk about the many benefits you can receive from loneliness and how to use them in your daily life. The main benefits you can get. Now that we understand loneliness in a new way, it is time to ask, what benefits can we actually get from it? If loneliness is not only pain, but also opportunity, what good things can grow from those quiet moments? The truth is, when we use our alone time wisely, it can give us many gifts. Let me share 5 main benefits with you. These are simple, but very powerful. The first benefit is this. You can know yourself better. When life is busy, we often do not stop to ask ourselves how we feel or what we need. We run from one thing to another, study, work, family, social media. But loneliness gives us a pause. It gives us a moment to look inside. Imagine sitting quietly for 5 minutes with no phone, no music, no distraction. You can close your eyes and simply ask, "How do I feel right now? What do I need?" Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel stressed. Maybe you need water, a walk, or some kind words. When you do this, you begin to understand yourself better. Let's practice a line together. Today, I feel cedar trafe. I need tree. Fill in the blanks with your own words. This small sentence helps you connect with yourself. The second benefit is that you can rest and recharge. Many people think they must always be busy, but that is not true. Your body and your mind need breaks. Lonely time can be the perfect chance to rest. You do not need to sleep for hours. Even a short nap, a gentle stretch, or drinking tea without looking at your phone can give you new energy. Think of your body like a phone battery. If you use it all day without charging, it becomes empty. In the same way, you must give yourself small breaks to recharge. Let's practice another line together. I give my body and mind a short rest. This is a simple reminder that resting is not wasting time. It is preparing for the next step. The third benefit is that you can focus and do deep work. When you are alone, there are fewer distractions. This is a good moment to give your full attention to something important. For example, you can spend 20 minutes studying English, reading a book, or finishing one task that you usually delay. The key is to choose one thing and do it with full focus. Many people say they cannot find time for important work, but loneliness gives you that time. Instead of feeling bored, you can say, "This is my chance to focus." Let's repeat this line together. I choose one task, and I finish it. This short sentence helps you use lonely time to create progress. The fourth benefit is that you can open the door to creativity and new ideas. Have you ever noticed that good ideas come when you are walking alone, taking a shower, or sitting quietly? That is because your brain has space to think freely when you are not busy with noise and other people. Lonely time can be a great moment to doodle on paper, make a simple mind map, or record your thoughts as a voice note. You might discover ideas for a small project, for a hobby, or even for your future goals. Creativity needs silence, and loneliness can give you that silence. Let's say this line together. I let ideas come. I write them down. This way, you train yourself to see lonely moments as creative moments. The fifth benefit is that you can build healthy habits. Often, when we are with others, we follow their habits, not our own. But when you are alone, you have freedom to choose small, healthy actions. You can take a 10-minute walk, drink 8 glasses of water in a day, or prepare a simple, healthy meal. These are small things, but when you repeat them, they become part of your lifestyle. And each time you do them, you feel stronger and more in control. Lonely time is not empty time. It is a space to grow your habits step by step. Let's practice this line together. I do one healthy habit today. This sentence keeps you focused on action, even when you are alone. So, let's quickly look back at these 5 benefits. Lonely time helps you know yourself better. It helps you rest and recharge. It gives you focus for deep work. It opens your mind to creativity and new ideas. And it gives you a chance to build healthy habits. When you see loneliness in this way, you will not fear it. You will welcome it. Because you will understand that every lonely moment can give you something good, if you use it with care. And here is something important. You do not need to do all of these things at the same time. You can choose just one benefit each day. Maybe today you focus on knowing yourself. Tomorrow, you use loneliness to rest. The next day, you practice deep work. Slowly, these benefits will become part of your life, and you will see that loneliness is not only a heavy feeling, but also a gift. 5 simple habits to use alone time. We just talked about the 5 big benefits that you can get from loneliness. But now the question is, how do you make those benefits real in your daily life? It is easy to listen and understand, but what about action? To help you, I want to share 5 very simple habits you can practice during your alone time. These habits are small. They do not take much time, and they are easy to remember. But if you practice them again and again, they can change the way you experience loneliness. Let's go through them one by one. The first habit is called the 3-line journal. This habit helps you to know yourself better and also improve your English. The idea is simple. Every day, take a notebook and write just 3 short lines. Line 1 is the date. Line 2 is, "Today I feel," and you complete the sentence with your true feeling. Line 3 is one small plan, and you write one thing you want to do that day. For example, September 6th, 2025. Today, I feel tired. One small plan is to read 2 pages of my English book. That is all. It only takes 3 minutes, but it helps you understand your feelings and focus your day. After writing, read your 3 lines out loud. This gives you speaking practice too. So remember, 3 lines every day, and your English and self-awareness will both grow. The second habit is called 4-4-4 breathing. This is a way to calm your body and your mind. When we feel lonely, sometimes we also feel stress. Breathing can help. The steps are simple. First, breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Then hold your breath for 4 seconds. Then breathe out slowly for 4 seconds. Repeat this 4 times. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes, but it makes a big difference. While you do it, you can also practice a sentence. I breathe in. I breathe out. I am calm. Say it quietly as you follow your breath. This helps you connect with your body and feel more peaceful in lonely moments. The third habit is called the solo walk check-in. This habit uses movement to refresh your mind. When you walk alone, you can notice small details around you. The steps are, first, go for a short walk, maybe 10 minutes. Second, as you walk, notice 3 things you see, 3 things you hear, and 3 things you feel. For example, I see a tree, I see a bird, I see the road, I hear cars, I hear children, I hear the wind, I feel my feet on the ground, I feel the air on my face, I feel my hands moving. Third, say these sentences out loud in simple English. This is a powerful habit because it gives you both mindfulness and English speaking practice at the same time. It helps you enjoy the present moment and feel more connected with the world. The fourth habit is called the skill practice block. Lonely time can be the perfect chance to focus on something important. This habit helps you use that time to improve a skill. The steps are, first, choose one skill. For example, you can practice English shadowing, read a short text, or learn 5 new words. Second, set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. Third, do only that skill until the timer rings. No phone, no distraction, just focus. One example you can try right now is shadowing. Play 1 paragraph of this podcast and then speak with me at the same time, repeating my words and rhythm. This gives you real speaking practice and builds your fluency. This habit makes loneliness productive because you use it for growth. The fifth habit is called the 1 to 3 plan for the day. This is a habit for focus and discipline. It helps you turn lonely time into useful time. The steps are, first, write down one big task for the day. This is the most important thing you must do. Second, write down 3 small tasks. These are lighter things that you also want to complete. Third, start with the big task first, and then do the smaller ones. For example, my big task today is to study English for 20 minutes. My 3 small tasks are wash the dishes, call my cousin, and drink 8 glasses of water. After writing, you can say the big task out loud. My big task today is... This makes you feel focused and responsible. It also trains you to speak about your plans in English. So let us quickly look back. We have 5 habits you can try during lonely moments. Number 1, the 3-line journal, to check your feelings and make a small plan. Number 2, 4-4-4 breathing, to calm your body and mind. Number 3, the solo walk check-in, to notice the world and practice speaking. Number 4, the skill practice block, to improve something important. Number 5, the 1 to 3 plan for the day, to stay focused and organized. Each habit is simple, but when you practice them again and again, you will see how much value you can get from lonely time. The important thing is not to do all of them at once. Choose 1 or 2 that feel good to you, and start today. When you are ready, you can add more. Soon, you will see that loneliness is not empty at all. It is full of small chances to care for yourself, to learn, and to grow. Make your personal loneliness plan. We have learned that loneliness can bring benefits if we use it in a smart way. And we also discovered 5 habits that make alone time powerful. But now, it is important to take one more step. Listening and understanding are good, but real change comes when you create a plan for yourself. Without a plan, even the best ideas can be forgotten. That is why I want to show you a very simple system called the 3-2-1 plan. This is a personal plan that you can follow to make your lonely time useful, healthy, and even enjoyable. The first part is 3 daily micro-actions. Micro-actions are very small steps that do not take much time. They are simple, but they can build big results if you repeat them every day. For example, you can write in your 3-line journal, learn 10 new English words, or do 10 push-ups to care for your body. These are not heavy tasks, but they give you daily progress. The secret is to choose actions that you can really do every day, even on busy or lazy days. If you start too big, you will stop. If you keep it small, you will continue. So think about your own life and choose 3 tiny actions that make you feel good and move you forward. The second part is 2 weekly connections. Human beings need relationships. Even if you enjoy being alone, your mind and heart need some kind of connection. That is why the plan includes 2 connections every week. For example, you can call a friend for 10 minutes, or you can have tea with a classmate after class. It does not need to be long or complicated. The goal is to remind yourself that you are not completely alone, that you have people who care about you, and that you can share part of your life with them. These 2 small connections each week can make a big difference in your emotional balance. They give you comfort and also help you practice conversation in real life. The third part is 1 monthly solo date. A solo date means you go somewhere alone, not because you are lonely, but because you choose to spend quality time with yourself. This could be a visit to a museum, a walk in the park, or sitting in a cafe with a good book. A solo date teaches you to enjoy your own company and to see loneliness not as an empty time, but as a chance for discovery. When you do this once a month, you create special memories with yourself. You also give your mind space to relax and grow. Some people find that these solo dates are the moments they feel most creative and free. Now, how can you use this plan in speaking practice? Very simple. After making your plan, say it out loud in English. For example, this week I will connect with Anna and David. Or, my 3 daily actions are journal, 10 words, and 10 push-ups. By saying your plan, you train your mind, you practice speaking clearly, and you make your goals stronger. When your mouth says the words, your brain remembers them better. So, let's bring everything together. The 3-2-1 plan is easy. 3 daily micro-actions, 2 weekly connections, and 1 monthly solo date. If you follow this system, loneliness will not feel heavy anymore. It will feel like a part of your life that supports your growth, your health, and your happiness. Remember, the power is not in doing something big once in a while. The power is in small steps, repeated again and again, with kindness and patience. Try writing your own 3-2-1 plan tonight. Keep it simple and realistic. Then, tomorrow, start with your 3 micro-actions. At the end of the week, make your 2 connections, and before the month ends, plan your solo date. When you finish, say it out loud. This week I will connect with, and this simple act turns loneliness into a teacher, a guide, and even a friend. Phone and social media boundaries. We live in a world where our phones and social media are always close to us. Sometimes they are the first thing we touch in the morning and the last thing we see at night. Phones are useful. They connect us with friends, help us study, and give us information. But when we are lonely, phones and social media can become a problem. Why? Because many people try to escape loneliness by scrolling for hours. At first, it feels like connection. You see photos, videos, and messages, but after some time, you feel even more empty, because that scrolling does not give you real human closeness. It only fills your eyes, not your heart. That is why it is important to set healthy boundaries with your phone. Boundaries mean clear limits that protect your mind and give you balance. One very simple tool you can try is called the 10-minute rule. The next time you feel the urge to check your phone, do not touch it right away. Instead, wait for 10 minutes. Use those 10 minutes to do something else. You can stretch, drink water, write 1 line in your journal, or just take a deep breath. Often, after those 10 minutes, you realize you do not really need your phone. The urge passes, and if you still want to check, you can. But now it is a choice, not a reaction. The 10-minute rule gives you power. It makes you the driver, not the passenger. Another helpful idea is to create no phone pockets in your day. These are short moments where you decide not to use your phone at all. For example, one no-phone pocket can be during meals. When you eat, just eat. Taste the food. Notice the smell. Feel gratitude. Another no-phone pocket can be the first 30 minutes after waking up. Instead of scrolling, you can stretch, wash your face, breathe, or say 1 positive sentence about your day. The last no-phone pocket can be the 30 minutes before sleep. This helps your brain to rest and makes your sleep deeper. These pockets are like small vacations for your mind. They give your brain space to relax, to recharge, and to think clearly. Let's be honest, it is not easy at first. We are so used to picking up the phone that it feels strange to stop. But remember, every new habit feels strange at the beginning. If you keep practicing, it becomes normal. The goal is not to throw away your phone. The goal is to use it in a way that supports your life, not controls your life. When you make space away from screens, you give yourself a chance to listen to your own thoughts, to connect with real people, and to use your lonely time for growth. Now, let's add a small speaking practice. I want you to repeat this line after me. I control my phone. My phone does not control me. Say it slowly. Feel the words. Say it again, louder this time. This is not just a sentence. It is a reminder of your power. You are the owner of your time. You are the manager of your attention. Your phone is a tool, but you are the master. So, when loneliness comes, do not try to escape it by endless scrolling. Use the 10-minute rule. Create no phone pockets. Protect your mind, and give yourself time for real rest, real connection, and real growth. If you follow these small steps, you will feel stronger, calmer, and more in control of your life. When loneliness feels heavy. We have been talking about the good side of loneliness and how to turn it into a teacher, a friend, and even a helper for personal growth. But sometimes, loneliness does not feel light or positive. Sometimes it feels heavy, like carrying a big bag on your shoulders every day. It is important to recognize this difference, because when loneliness becomes too heavy, it is not just a normal feeling anymore. It is a signal that you need extra care and extra support. How do you know if loneliness is becoming too heavy? There are some clear signs. One sign is that you have no energy for many days in a row. Even simple tasks, like brushing your teeth or preparing food, feel too difficult. Another sign is changes in sleep. Maybe you sleep too much, and you feel tired even after long hours in bed. Or maybe you sleep too little, and your mind does not rest at night. A third sign is the loss of hope. You might think, nothing will change. I will always feel this way. These thoughts make you feel stuck. When you notice these signs, it is important not to ignore them. They are your body and mind asking for help. What can you do if you feel this kind of heavy loneliness? The first gentle step is to talk to someone you trust. This can be a friend, a family member, a teacher, or a counselor. You do not need to have the perfect words. You can simply say, I feel lonely and tired. Can we talk? Just speaking your feelings can make the weight a little lighter. Another gentle action is to join a group activity or class. For example, an English class, a sport, or a hobby group. Being around people who share the same interest can slowly bring back your energy and hope. You do not have to become best friends right away. Just being present in a group is already a positive step. There is also a very important safety note. If loneliness ever makes you feel unsafe, or if you have thoughts of harming yourself, please do not stay silent. In that moment, seek local help right away. This can be an emergency number in your country, a doctor, or a trusted adult. Remember, needing help does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. Everyone needs support at some point in life. And there are people, services, and communities ready to listen and help you. Now, let's do a short speaking practice together. Please repeat after me. I am not alone. Help is possible. Say it slowly. Feel the strength in those words. Now say it again, with more confidence. I am not alone. Help is possible. This sentence is like a small light. It reminds you that even when things feel dark, there is a way forward. So, remember this. Loneliness can be a teacher, but if it becomes too heavy, you do not need to carry it alone. Share the weight with someone. Reach out. Take one small step. And believe this truth. You are not alone, and help is possible. Mini-guided practice. We have talked about loneliness. We have explored its benefits, and we have learned many habits to make alone time useful. Now, before we close this episode, I want to give you a short guided practice. Think of it as a small exercise where I walk with you step by step. The goal is to make everything we learned real and personal for you. This is not only about listening, it is also about speaking. When you say your answers out loud, you practice English, and at the same time, you train your mind to focus on positive actions. So let's begin. First, take a slow breath in, and then breathe out. Wherever you are, just relax for a moment. If you are sitting, place your feet on the floor. If you are walking, slow down just a little. Feel that this moment is for you. Now I will guide you with 3 short sentences. You will hear the sentence, and then I will give you time to answer out loud in your own words. Don't worry about grammar or perfect vocabulary. Just speak honestly and simply. This practice is not about perfection. It is about connection, with your feelings, with your goals, and with your voice. The first reflection is, right now I feel. Think about your feelings in this moment. Maybe you feel calm. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel hopeful, or even a little sad. There is no wrong answer. Just notice your true feeling and speak it out loud. Right now I feel. Now let's move to the second reflection. One kind action I can do is. Kind action means something small and gentle you can do for yourself or for someone else. It could be making a cup of tea for yourself, sending a nice message to a friend, or going for a short walk. Kindness does not have to be big. It just needs to be real. Say your answer out loud now. One kind action I can do is. And now we come to the third reflection. One person I can contact is. Think about someone you can reach out to. This could be a close friend, a family member, a teacher, or even a classmate you don't usually talk to. It is someone who can give you a small moment of connection. Speaking with one person can already change how you feel. Say your answer now. One person I can contact is. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. You just did a guided reflection. Notice how it feels. Even in a few short minutes, you connected with yourself, you practiced speaking English, and you took a small step toward using your lonely time in a better way. You saw your feeling, you chose a kind action, and you remembered a person you can reach out to. These 3 steps may seem small, but they are powerful tools. Whenever loneliness feels heavy, or whenever you have extra alone time, you can return to this same practice. You can close your eyes, breathe, and say, right now I feel. Then, one kind action I can do is, and finally, one person I can contact is. This practice only takes a few minutes, but it can make your lonely time feel meaningful, supportive, and full of possibilities. So remember, loneliness does not have to be an enemy. It can be a signal, a teacher, and even a friend. And with practices like this one, you can transform lonely moments into learning moments, growth moments, and healing moments. Now that we have explored loneliness, its benefits, and practical habits, let's spend a few minutes in our language corner. This is a special part of the podcast where we focus on English learning. You can use this section to practice new vocabulary, useful sentences, and pronunciation. Even though we are talking about loneliness, the language you learn here can help you in daily life, in school, or at work. Let's start with our vocabulary bank. These are simple words that are very useful when we talk about feelings, habits, and daily actions. First is lonely. Lonely means feeling sad because you are alone or because you want connection. Example: I feel lonely when I am at home by myself. Second is alone. Alone is simply being by yourself. It does not always mean sad. Example: I am alone, but I am reading a book and I enjoy it. Third is recharge. To recharge means to get energy again. Example: I take a short rest to recharge. Fourth is focus. Focus means to pay attention to one thing. Example: I focus on my English homework for 20 minutes. Fifth is habit. Habit is something you do regularly. Example: brushing your teeth every day is a good habit. Sixth is calm. Calm means relaxed and peaceful. Example: I feel calm after deep breathing. Seventh is journal. A journal is a notebook where you write your thoughts and feelings. Example: I write in my journal every morning. Eighth is plan. A plan is a small or big idea for what to do next. Example: today, my plan is to study English for 30 minutes. Ninth is goal. A goal is something you want to achieve. Example: my goal is to finish reading this book. 10th is connect. Connect means to spend time or talk with someone. Example: I connect with my friend after school. 11th is reflect. Reflect means to think carefully about your feelings or actions. Example: I reflect on my day before sleep. 12th is energy. Energy is the power or strength to do something. Example: I drink water to have more energy. 13th is routine. Routine is a regular set of actions you do every day. Example: I have a morning routine, stretch, journal, and drink tea. 14th is distract. Distract means to take your attention away from something important. Example: scrolling on my phone distracts me from my homework. And last, 15th is create. Create means to make something new. Example: I create a mind map for my ideas. Next, let's practice some useful sentence frames. These sentences are ready to use and help you speak about feelings, habits, and plans. First, when I feel lonely, Phew. You can fill in the blank with anything, like reading, walking, or calling a friend. Second, to take care of myself, I blank. This helps you talk about your self-care. Third, today my small plan is saktui. Use this for daily actions. Fourth, I will connect with jaktuis on tuin sudtuist. This is a simple way to plan your weekly connection with someone. Try saying each sentence slowly, then fill in your own words out loud. This gives you both speaking and thinking practice. Finally, let's look at pronunciation and rhythm tips. When we speak English, it is helpful to chunk words into small groups instead of saying one long sentence. For example, instead of saying, I choose one task and I finish it quickly, try, I choose one task and I finish it. Notice the small pause after each chunk. This helps listeners understand you and also gives you time to breathe. Another tip is to slow down on key words like lonely, habit, plan, and goal. Pause slightly after short sentences to give your words space. For example, I feel lonely. I take a short rest. I make a plan. This rhythm makes your English sound clear and confident. By practicing these three parts, vocabulary, sentence frames, and pronunciation, you can use the lessons about loneliness not only for life skills, but also for real English learning. Try saying the words and sentences out loud several times. Use them when you do your 3-line journal, when you practice your 1 to 3 plan, or when you reflect during your solo walk. When you connect language with action, your English improves faster and more naturally. We have now reached the final part of today's episode. Before we close, let's take a moment to recap the 5 main benefits of loneliness that we discussed earlier. Remember, loneliness is not just a sad feeling. It can be a teacher and a friend if we use it wisely. First, loneliness helps you know yourself better. When you take quiet moments, you can notice your feelings, your needs, and what is important to you. Second, loneliness allows you to rest and recharge. Short breaks, calm moments, or gentle self-care can fill your body and mind with energy. Third, loneliness gives you focus and deep work. With fewer distractions, you can complete tasks, study, or practice skills more effectively. Fourth, loneliness encourages creativity and new ideas. Quiet time helps your brain make connections, solve problems, or plan small projects. Fifth, loneliness can help you build healthy habits. Daily routines like a short walk, drinking water, journaling, or planning your day are easier to maintain when you are alone and mindful. Keep these 5 benefits in mind because they form the foundation for your personal growth and English practice. Now, to make all of this practical, I invite you to try a 7-day challenge. This is a simple plan to turn your lonely moments into meaningful time. Each day focuses on one habit or activity from today's podcast. On day 1, start with the 3-line journal. Write the date, your feeling, and one small plan. Then read it out loud to practice speaking. On day 2, practice the 4-4-4 breathing exercise. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold 4, and breathe out 4. Repeat 4 times and say, I breathe in, I breathe out, I am calm. On day 3, go for a 10-minute walk, check in. Notice 3 things you see, 3 things you hear, and 3 things you feel. Speak them out loud using the sentence, I see, I hear, I feel. This combines movement, reflection, and English practice. On day 4, schedule a skill practice block. Choose one skill, for example, English reading, listening, shadowing, or learning new words. Set a timer for 15 to 20 minutes, focus fully on this skill, and practice speaking as you go. On day 5, create your 1 to 3 plan for the day. Write 1 big task and 3 small tasks. Start with the big one and say it out loud. My big task today is... This habit improves focus, organization, and speaking skills. On day 6, try a no-phone morning. For the first 30 minutes after waking, avoid your phone. Stretch, breathe, write, or read. Then say out loud, I control my phone. My phone does not control me. This helps your mind feel fresh and present. Finally, on day 7, enjoy a solo date. Go to a park, sit with a book in a cafe, or take a quiet walk. Speak 1 sentence about your experience. Today, I spent time alone, and I enjoyed Farparfaradastri. This is a gentle, meaningful way to end the week and celebrate your progress. Here is an important tip. Each day, after completing your activity, speak 1 sentence about it out loud. It can be simple, like, Today, I wrote in my journal. Or, I went for a walk and noticed the birds. Speaking aloud helps your English, strengthens your memory, and makes your actions real. You can even record yourself or tell a friend what you did. This small step turns your personal practice into a learning habit. By following this 7-day challenge, you will see how lonely moments can become valuable. You will feel more calm, focused, creative, and healthy. You will practice English naturally while also taking care of your mind and body. Remember, the key is consistency, not perfection. One small step each day is better than trying to do everything at once. Treat yourself with kindness and curiosity, and enjoy the journey. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you can see that lonely moments can be gentle teachers. They are not always easy, but when we use them wisely, they can help us grow, learn, and feel stronger. Remember all the small steps we talked about: journaling, breathing, walks, skill practice, plans, no phone pockets, and even solo dates. Each of these actions can turn a quiet or lonely moment into a chance to know yourself better. Rest, focus, be creative, and build healthy habits. Before we finish, I want to invite you to share your experience. You can write a comment, send a message, or tell a friend about one benefit you tried this week. For example, maybe you journaled for the first time, practiced the 4-4-4 breathing, or did a solo walk and noticed new things around you. Sharing your experience is a simple way to reflect, practice English, and encourage others to try these habits too. Finally, let's practice one important sentence together. Repeat after me slowly. I can grow, even when I am alone. Say it again, louder this time. I can grow, even when I am alone. This is not just a sentence. It is a reminder that your time alone is not wasted. It is a chance to build yourself, improve your English, and feel more peaceful. Keep saying this to yourself whenever you feel lonely. Let it guide you, encourage you, and give you confidence. Thank you again for